Hello and welcome to Summoner's Kingdom Goddess, a game that was announced I think 2 years ago, but it was in beta for a while. I know that it only came out recently, the final public version here in September. Now, I can kind of get a good idea why you're probably watching this video, why you're playing the game, or why you want to play the game. Alright, this is, oh man. This is rated T for teen. And it can be kind of spicy, so we got to be careful what we show here on YouTube. I'll be honest, I honestly don't even know what the story is for this game. I mean, it's like some nonsense about you being a divine hand summoner, so you're the one that has special powers, right, to save everyone. And, you know, it's whatever. I mean, we're not here for the story. No offense to the writer of the game. I know that they got to make it about something. Oh man, all right, I really got to watch. All right, so let's get into it. Now, the battle mechanics on this game are actually really simple. We're going to go in here to start battle. You've got a formation here, and you can actually change this formation around just by dragging and dropping people into their correct spot that you want. So, you know, I put like my non-ranged attackers in the front, or the ones that can operate as tanks. I put like the ranged attackers in the back. On the top left and right, it'll show you your element bonus for both your team and your enemy team. Bottom left is going to be your reset to pull everybody off. Auto set to auto set the heroes that could be best for that particular battle inside there. Start battle. Now I've got it on auto battle, which is on the bottom left hand corner. Speed, you've got two speeds, speed 1 and speed 2. Top right is just going to be your little pause menu. All you got is quit and continue. Auto battle, everybody is just going to give off their ultimates right on their own. You can turn off skip animations at the end of a battle if you want to save a little bit of time there. It's going to show you what your rewards are. You can click on them to see what those rewards do. You can get a battle report. You can hit continue to go straight to the next battle, which is what I'm going to do here. Or you can hit quit, which kind of sends you back out to the map. So let's get into another battle here. Now at the very top, you're going to see that where I am in the progress of the entire match. In this case, there was more than one wave of enemies, so it stopped kind of about halfway. And then now we know we're at the end. We know that this is the last wave. So it doesn't say on screen like wave 1 of 3 or wave 2 of 3, for example, right? You actually have to see up there. All right, now if we quit back out, it's going to send us back out here to the main screen. I'm going to jump over to adventure. Let's go into some PvE, chaotic tower. And this is something that opens up a couple of levels in. So this is kind of like your standard tower, you know, your standard like tower level. I'm going to swap out one of these heroes here because I have upgraded a better hero. So if I'm going to take off auto battle, which is what I'll do right now, it's kind of like other games like, say, Mobile Legends Adventure, where they still do most of their basic attacks and then you're going to have to like click their ultimates in order to actually launch those. Okay, we won that. I'm going to back out of the chaotic tower. I'm going to head over to some PvP. I've got the arena unlocked, so I'm going to pick a challenger. I'm going to check my formation. I need to change this up. See, I don't have like my ranged attacker right in the back. Everything pretty much applies the same as you would for PvP as it would for the regular battles, except you can't do auto battle with these as far as I'm aware. Yeah, so you've got to play this manually. I might lose this one. I am dead. I'm totally dead. I'm gone, defeated. What a loser. Get out of here. Alright, and that pretty much does it for most of the main battle mechanics of this game. Now, the daily stuff that you can collect in this actually isn't too bad. If you start off on the battle screen here, this is kind of like Mobile Legends Adventure, and I'm probably going to reference that a lot because it's like the one game that I play regularly still, or here and there, that you know, I can reference back to. So you've got AFK rewards, like a lot of AFK games, and you can actually do a quick AFK every single day. I think I've already collected mine. Yeah, so I can't really get that. So you would have that. Over on the left-hand side, you've got a couple of things over here. Now, some of these are a little bit tricky because they might give you a little indicator, but if you go into them, there actually isn't anything to collect. They usually just want you to come in here and click things, even though you can't get it. You have to like buy it, as far as I can tell. And some of these are really expensive, and I'll show you one. So like a rum malt, this thing is really expensive. Unlocked for $99.99. And there's a couple of things that are like that, where you can get to certain levels and you can spend your diamonds to, you know, to make up the difference, I guess, of what you haven't quite collected yet. But other parts in here you actually can collect. Gonna get this right here. Oh, see, nothing there. All right. Go over to Goddess, hit claim. Over invest. Invest, there's also nothing to collect. This is another one of those really expensive ones. Event daily sign-in. I think, yes, see, I've got two different accounts. There's always one thing that I need to get, and I'm always confused on what's what. Anyways, limited rank. I think you hit the little like there, and it kind of does all of it. Day 3 reward. In this particular case, the main banner up top. Claim all. And you just want to scroll down, up and down, make sure that you've gotten like all the things that you can actually collect. Now, over in the bottom left, I don't know if you saw that, there's the calendar here. So there's daily rewards that you can get. There's weekly rewards that you can get. I haven't gotten them all yet. And then story. So like anything else, like as you clear parts of your story, then you're gonna get to get resources as you go away, like achievements or whatever. And when it comes to the gameplay modes, this game actually really surprised me because there's quite a bit. So I'll try and run down the ones real fast that I've actually gone through. If we go over to Explore under the Adventure section, we've got Subjugation Tasks, Saving Goddess, Starry Mirage, Artifact Trial, which I haven't unlocked yet. Subjugation Task is kind of like where you get to send your heroes out on missions. You can just auto set them and send them out, and then they'll collect various rewards. It's really useful. Saving Goddess is kind of interesting. It's kind of like a board game, and you got to move like your piece around, and it's where you basically get certain like buffs and stuff like through the aspect of playing the game. What in the world is happening? All right, over to PvE, you got Chaotic Tower. This is like your tower-based game where you attack your opponents and then you go up a level each time. You know, it gets harder and harder as you collect rewards, and then after so many levels, then you're going to be able to get some better rewards than you did previously. Temple of Domination. Now this one has a cooldown, so you can only challenge like within a certain period of time. It's basically like almost like a boss fight. It won't let me do it right now, and you die really fast. Like you're basically just trying to do as much damage as possible. Ascend Tower is another tower minigame where you attack some opponents. They tend to be a lot stronger than the Chaotic Tower. You can auto combat this one though, and your players will just go until they get defeated, and then it'll stop. That way it'll go through and just get as many rewards as possible. And these guys here I haven't unlocked yet, unfortunately, but there's quite a bit. PvP, exactly what it sounds like. You open up Arena pretty early on in the game. So, you challenge your opponent. It'll tell you what their current team is and everything, and you can decide on who you want to attack. Glory Arena, Advanced Arena, and Fair Duel is something that you have to unlock later on, starting at level 50 for Fair Duel and then 58 for the other two. Arcade. All right. Arcade's a little interesting. So you have puzzles, and basically you can put puzzles together of the picture that they give you. We're going to start one here to show you. And what you can do is you can move your puzzle pieces up and down. So I didn't really realize this at first, but that way you can kind of see what other puzzle pieces there are. So hopefully you can grab the right ones. It's actually, it's not super great because like, oh, never mind. You can't put the pieces back. I swear I tried before and it wouldn't let me put the pieces back. And then you can click on your little, like your little help thing, and it'll show you what the picture is supposed to be. The goal is to get as quickly as you can as possible. That way you can get the best rewards. Line and Bridge. All right, Line and Bridge is like one of these ridiculous little mini games that almost you would see in like a mobile game advertisement. And we're gonna go through it right now so you can see what it looks like. I mean, you do get your diamonds, and there's two main currencies in this game, diamonds and your coins. So, I mean, it's not a total loss. Alliance stuff. Yeah, that's right. Alliance stuff, you have to join Alliance in order to access any of these. And one thing that's really cool is they have an auction house, and that's not something that I see in a lot of these games. So maybe it's just me, but I think that's pretty neat. I'm going to be very real with you. This kind of game is a gacha dime a dozen. It's very linear gameplay overall for the main story. I would say it's a lot less involved than something like MLA, for example, but the music was pretty good in some spots. The story isn't really that important. It's not really in-depth, and it doesn't have much of an impact on the entire game, but it's there like if you want to follow it. There's an obvious, very specific targeted demographic for this game, and they market it that way with a lot with how like the overall game artwork is, the sound effects they chose, and some of like the wording text on some of the screens. But behind, I think, all of that, you get a lot of game modes, and I didn't think you would have those originally. So there's a good amount of replayability in that aspect. And if you join an alliance, you do get several more. A lot of games that have alliance wars and special events, they have them like here and there, but usually they don't give you alliance events where you can choose multiple times a week like they let you do here, so that's pretty cool. And you get an okay amount of daily rewards. It's not that bad, but leveling up your character, it gets you stuck here and there because it's one of those games where the resource cost goes way up and you gotta grind out in other battle modes and whatnot so you can progress forward again. But I never felt like I had to actually spend money to keep moving. I mean, it's an AFK casual waifu hero collector, but there's some other cool looking characters you can get, but it's not the main appeal. Like, we know what it is, you know, don't shoot the messenger. To me, it's like a spicy Mobile Legends adventure, but it's not as in-depth lore-driven storyline as that game is. So what do you think? Do you play this? Do you plan to check it out? Is this a casual game for you? Are you more serious about it? I think it's good enough to have like in a rotation from time to time, but probably not more than that. This has been Blue Screen of Tech, and I'll see you in the next game. Peace.